Right now, a violent act in downtown Madison, bringing a group together to rally to stop anti-Asian hate in our community.
And we're going to highlight the greatness that is our weather for our holiday weekend, so stay tuned for what's the latest coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm Alexander.
And I'm Julian Seawright.
All right, I want to hear about this greatness you're talking about our weekend, because last week we didn't even get a sunrise, Julian.
That's right,
weekend.
and now we got one. We've actually had one for the past couple of days. You were just missing.
I was up north, so.
Having fun, but.
I was on a lake, you were working.
Hey, it's okay. I had fun at work, you had fun on the lake.
I'm happy you're here.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm not going to comment on that, but we're going to go ahead and roll into what we're expecting for today. And the greatness that I mentioned for our forecast is the pretty blue that's in our skies, and on top of it, the temperatures that we're waking up to here in Madison. Taking a look at our current conditions as of right now, it's 62 degrees here in Madison, and not a lot of humidity, folks. It's going to be very comfortable throughout the day. And we all had a pretty significant decrease in temperatures over the last 24 hours here in southern Wisconsin, especially areas from Dane County and over towards the east, where we saw double-digit decreases in those temperatures over the last 24 hours. So that just goes to show you that we are looking at a much more comfortable start to our Saturday than it was for our Friday. Temperatures are within the 60s as we're getting things rolling for us, but our dew points, again, very comfortable. We're not going to be seeing much in terms of moisture in our atmosphere throughout today. Planning out the rest of today, though, as you get into our lunchtime or even rest of our evening, well, just know some clouds will start to build later on today, but for the most part, folks, it is going to be 70s and it is going to be sunny. Very pleasant start for our weekend. Very awesome start for our Saturday.
Dual holiday weekend. Got some good weather in store.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm just kind of thinking about all the things I want to do outside today.
We can do the pool tomorrow?
Yes, because it's too cool for that today.
Okay,
so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's a plan. Thanks,
Sounds
Julie.
good, yeah.
An attack Madison police believe was random leaves a UW PhD student injured. It happened just off campus Tuesday night on Gilman Street near the intersection with University Avenue. Now, police hope seeing this will help solve the case. They believe these people may be the ones responsible. Tuesday's attack was the third of its kind to happen in the downtown area within the past week. Detectives said they believe the same group was involved in all of them. So these are the photos circulating of the alleged victim in this attack. They say it was a Chinese PhD student that was the target. Now, police don't believe the attack was racially motivated, but many people on campus and in the community feel otherwise. So in response, a rally yesterday afternoon downtown where hundreds of people marched down State Street to stop Asian hate. Our Talia Moladin was there and has details.
It really makes me feel unsafe walking on campus.
Stepping outside of their comfort zone and onto State Street in protest.
And I know how tremendously difficult it is for our students to come forward, share their stories, and organize something like this that is not always culturally appropriate in their home countries.
UW-Madison international students marching with hundreds. Following reports of an attack involving a UW PhD student.
To promote the knowledge of this, but also to call for actions against the Asian hate.
Organizers demanding to see more action from the university.
We didn't receive any of the WISC alerts we typically receive.
To better educate the student body.
We ask that university to add the education about racially events.
And marching alongside the group, members of the school's International Student Services.
These assaults continue to bubble up, and since that brave PhD student came forward with their story, we've heard several others come up.
They say what makes these attacks especially tough is that their students, so far away from home, don't have the support system most others on campus do.
It's very difficult to also then be in a position to explain to students and their families who remain overseas how the U.S. legal system works, that how to make a report.
But to start, they're doing what they can for one another.
In a statement, UW officials say they are aware of these recent acts of violence, but they don't have any evidence to suggest they've been driven by race. They also say to make sure everyone on campus feels safe, they understand there's still more work to do. A quick update now to a story we've been following since last weekend. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office has now identified the man who died after police found him with a chest wound on Madison's far east side. Police say 23-year-old Trayvon Davis Williams of Dodgeville was found with a wound at an apartment complex on Black Onyx Drive. Friday, the medical examiner confirmed he had been in fact stabbed. Davis Williams later died at the hospital. Police reported earlier this week he and the female person of interest did have a child together, but so far the case is still under investigation and no official charges have been announced. Still ahead, what local health officials are saying about the prospects of a COVID vaccine coming soon for children under the age of 5. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking an alert day in your forecast next week. Just ahead on News 3 Now.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Did you know 50% of your body weight rests in the middle while you sleep? That's why Sealy's exclusive Posturepedic technology reinforces the center where you need it most. But don't take my word for it. Come to Denver Mattress and see for yourself. Plus, get a free $200 gift when you purchase select Sealy mattress sets. And rest easy knowing every mattress comes with our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Sealy at Denver Mattress today, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Sarah Godlewski leading the fight.
Between Roe v. Wade, paid family leave, affordable child care, and affordable senior care, if you had more women at that U.S. Senate table, they'd be prioritizing things like that.
Sarah Godlewski, straight talk about Ron Johnson.
We do not want politicians like Ron Johnson making health care decisions for women and affecting our freedom.
Sarah Godlewski, the best chance to rid the Senate of Ron Johnson.
I'm Sarah Godlewski. I approve this message.
It's Summerfest, the only time of year you can bring your I haven't heard live music in 27 months self. Your festival food for lunch and dinner self. Your I saw them before they made it big self. And of course, your I've hit 12 stages, walked 6 miles, and it's only day 1 self. It's time to bring your best self. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
Time you fake wearing your seatbelt, remember this. Cops have been trained to spot seatbelt violations even at night. And they don't give out fake tickets. Day or night, click it or ticket.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I don't know about you, but I think I'm really getting used to these gorgeous starts that we have to our weekends, as we have a beautiful blue sky here on our Saturday here in Madison, and on top of it, it feels great as well. Right now, it's 62 degrees for us, and we're going to see those 60s throughout much of our morning, but then we're going to warm up into the 70s, but maintaining the middle 70s throughout much of today. And we have a dual of holidays for this weekend for us. So we're going to start off with Juneteenth, the celebration of freedom for all the black Americans in America, where we literally had the first time ever where we were all free and from enslavement from Texas back in 1865, excuse me. But it's going to be mostly sunny and will be warm, 81 degrees for us. And for Father's Day, of course, got to celebrate the dads everywhere. And we're going to be seeing throughout the course of tomorrow, it's going to be warm once again, around 81 degrees. But as you're planning out throughout the morning and into the afternoon, temperatures are going to be quite comfortable for us throughout the entirety of the day. Now, this is what we're going going to see for our setup going in throughout the next couple of days for us. This high pressure system is going to keep things very dry for us. But what we're going to be starting to see is this heat wave once again starting to trick its way into the upper Midwest and the Midwest itself. That's right, folks. We are looking for another heat wave, which is why we've been prompted an alert day for our Tuesday. Unseasonably hot and humid conditions are going to be returning. We're looking for a forecast high of 94 degrees, pushing our heat indices into close to the triple digits as we get into our Tuesday. Monday could be close as well. That's something we're also going to be monitoring for. But this is what we're going to see throughout the weekend. It's going to be really quiet today. May see a couple of clouds. For Sunday, starting off our morning, we're going to see those 60s rolling back in. A bit more milder start for us, but plenty of open sky throughout the morning hours. As we get into the afternoon, may see a couple of clouds start to move their way in here in southern Wisconsin. But as we go into our Sunday night, it's going to be quiet, but it's also going to be maintaining that mild trend. Then as we roll into our Monday, take note, folks, Monday evening, we're going to be looking at widespread heat rolling back in as the 90s will really dominate southern Wisconsin once again. This is what we're going to be seeing for us. Off to the west as of right now, near the Mountain West area in the Great Plains, we are looking for, once again, another heat dome, which is going to stretch its way into the upper Midwest and the Midwest in itself, which is what's going to be bringing us that really warm and hot, humid air that will move in for our Monday going into our Tuesday as well. So our three things we're going to need to know is that it's going to be comfortable for today. It's going to be warmer tomorrow, but not too bad. And then next week, we're going to start to see that heat ramp itself right back up. That's going to start on from Monday going into our Tuesday. And for the rest of the week, we're going to see those summer-like feels really hit home as we're going to be into the middle 80s throughout much of the week, and then warming back up for Friday with the potential of seeing a storm. But next weekend, it is going to definitely be pool and boat weather, McKenna. As long as we don't see those storm chances through the day, going to see those warmer temperatures really prompting us to get into the water.
Even the fact that this forecast, I'm seeing so many sun icons on our 10-day, that's good news.
It is good news, I'm happy that we are seeing a bit more sun, especially after the hectic week that we just had.
Yeah. It's a good
nice
start
to have
actual summer.
Exactly. Even though it may be a bit more concerning of how hot it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's still going to be nice.
Just as long as you're hydrating, staying cool, being safe.
Limiting outdoor activities as well. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it, Julian.
Thank you.
Next week, babies and preschoolers could be eligible to get vaccinated for COVID-19. This comes after the FDA authorized Pfizer and Moderna shots for that age group on Friday. Now they just need to be approved by the CDC, with medical officials saying it's a big step in COVID prevention after the recent Omicron variant put more kids in the hospital. Roughly 18 million kids under 5 would be eligible for the shots. Experts say they're shown to only cause minor fever and fatigue as side effects, with them stressing the protection outweighs the risk. News 3 Now talked to a mom at Lacey Park who says she didn't do anything with her 2- and 3-year-olds last summer, so getting them vaccinated this year is a game changer.
I was also a COVID ICU nurse through all of COVID, and I now run a daycare, and I can say that as a mom and someone who takes care of a lot of kids and a lot of COVID patients, that I think this is excellent, and I can't wait to get my kids vaccinated.
Children are not completely and fully protected or immune from COVID on their own, and hence the need for the vaccine.
So Pfizer's vaccine is 1/10 the adult dose and requires 3 shots for kids under 5, while Moderna's is 2 shots taken about 4 weeks apart. The VP of Pharmacy Services at SSM Health says state health officials have already requested this vaccine. So if the CDC gives the final go-ahead, those could ship as early as tomorrow or Monday. So in more local news, a UW Health clinic soon to be built on Madison's west side, which will replace the UW Health Westtown Clinic. Officials say the new clinic is scheduled to be built at University Row next to the current UW Health Digestive Center. UW Health says the new clinic will offer primary care, urgent care, and ambulatory services. If approved by the City of Madison, it should open in 2024. According to a Kaiser Family Foundation poll, 25% of adults with medical debt owe more than $5,000. CBS's Anna Werner takes a look at the devastating costs it's having on families.
Jim and Cindy Powers' medical debt struggles began in 2004 when Cindy required emergency surgery to repair a life-threatening abdominal obstruction. In the hospital, she says, she contracted MRSA, a potentially deadly bacterial infection, leading to 18 more surgeries over 5 years.
It was frightening at times because I knew of at least 3 times where she died on the operating table and they had to restart her heart.
Stressful enough, but then
the bills started piling in
The bills, despite having insurance nearly $50,000 worth. And then they learned there was more.
$250,000.
$250,000?
Yeah,
That they expected you to pay?
absolutely.
So in 2009, they filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy, allowing them to keep their house, or so they thought. 4 years later, the bank foreclosed on their home.
It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was hopeless.
Many face similar situations. A poll by the Kaiser Family Foundation finds in the past 5 years, more than half of U.S. adults have gone into debt because of medical or dental bills. Nearly 1 in 5 say they don't expect to ever pay it off.
It comes down to prices. Care just costs so much more in the United States than almost anywhere else in the world.
Health policy researcher Dr. Aaron Carroll.
There's just very few people that can pay out of pocket for medical expenses. And even with insurance, unfortunately, it can be too much of a burden for average Americans and certainly lots of Americans.
A burden Cindy Powers carries daily.
What's it like for you?
Guilt. Shame.
Shame?
Yeah.
What, shame for being sick?
Yeah. Because I cost us so much money. And so much heartache.
But you couldn't control that.
No. But the guilt and shame is still there.
Emotional and financial pain endured by too many. In Greeley, Colorado, Anna Werner, CBS News.
Still ahead, how Memorial Union Terrace is celebrating Pride Month. And there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will shares his picks and 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
This summer, prime rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Qualified lessees can sign and drive this Equinox for around $340 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
Because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look better. Massage envy facials, where better begins.
Contact Culligan, your local water expert.
It's Summerfest. The only time of year you can bring your I haven't heard live music in 27 months self. Your festival food for lunch and dinner self. Your I saw them before they made it big self. And of course, your I've hit 12 stages, walked 6 miles, and it's only day 1 self. It's time to bring your best self. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
Joe Biden opened America's borders, increasing the flow of deadly drugs into our communities. Last year, over 105,000 people died of drug overdoses in America. Biden's putting our children and families at risk. Ron Johnson is warning everyone that drug traffickers are adding fentanyl to counterfeit pills, and it only takes 1 pill to kill. Please tell your children and support law enforcement.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef, too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
Traffic is horrible.
Great. Time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with prime rib at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
Taking a look outside of our Skycam over the Edgewaters of right now, just picture perfect as we're getting our Saturday morning started for us. Now, as we plan things out throughout the rest of today, we've been highlighting it all morning, but we just have to reiterate just how great it's going to feel. We're going to see temperatures into the 70s, so if you're heading outside for anything, it's going to be great for a run this morning, great to take the dogs out, great to just be outside and enjoy it in general. Then if you want to, eat outside as well, lunchtime and evening times are going to be looking perfect for us. It's that high pressure system. It's going to keep things dry, but we are going to be looking for a heat wave, which is going to be looming over the next couple of days. So definitely enjoy the quiet while we have it, because we are going to be seeing some transitions over the next coming days, which is why we have a Tuesday alert day for us. Unseasonably hot and humid temperatures, as we're forecasting a high of 94 degrees, but the heat indices are going to be pushing into the triple digits once more. So we're going to be looking at some serious heat as we get into next week once again. But until then, enjoy today and enjoy our holiday tomorrow. We have Juneteenth and Father's Day, a great another day for us to end the weekend, as temperatures will be into the 80s, but it's still going to be mostly sunny skies for us until we get to that heat wave going into our Monday. Over to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julie. In case you can't get outside today and need to stay indoors, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming this weekend. Our Roll Loper shares a few of the best and 3 things to watch.
Hello again.
Sorry I'm late, Mr. Amnesty.
Not late at all.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the film Spiderhead.
Your presence in this facility, while technically a punishment, is a privilege.
The sci-fi movie explores a future in which convicts' sentences are shortened if they try experimental drugs.
Before we begin, I need your permission to administer name 40.
This place can really mess with your head.
Drip on, acknowledge. Drip on,
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Yeah, acknowledge.
let's do this. Are we getting this?
This doesn't feel right. Time to worry about crossing lines was a lot of lines ago.
Spiderhead is streaming on Netflix now.
Beautiful people get away with too much, and I say that having benefited myself from time to time.
Hello?
Hey, kid, it's me. They found me.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the series The Old Man.
You have no idea what I did, who I was.
Jeff Bridges plays a former CIA officer living off the grid who finds himself forced to run from those who would take him out.
This thing's been buried in the ground for 30 years. I wanted it to stay there. This is not something to underestimate.
Any more you send it, man, send them back in bags.
The first 2 episodes of The Old Man are streaming on Hulu now.
Fathers play a big role in their daughter's life. It's a special bond that only they share.
Hello?
And even when she's all grown up, she's still Daddy's little girl.
And newly streaming on HBO Max is the film Father of the Bride.
I have something to say. I'm engaged! And I propose.
Wow, you proposed? You proposed?
Yes.
You proposed to him. He didn't propose to you. Can you do that?
The romantic comedy remake of the Steve Martin film stars Andy Garcia in the father role, struggling with his daughter's recent engagement, as well as his own marriage.
The wedding planner's here in 20 minutes.
Wedding planner?
So what are we thinking about theme?
Theme?
We don't want a Catholic wedding.
What are you talking about?
Who's going to officiate then?
My guide, Monica, from the Zen Center, New York.
So a yoga class instead of a wedding.
Father of the Bride is streaming on HBO Max now.
This is my father.
Have some champagne and come aboard! What is he, a Bond villain?
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
There was a pretty cool field trip activity Friday at the VFW boat launch near the Prairie du Sac Dam on the Wisconsin River. It was put on by the Friends of the Lower Wisconsin Riverway, where DNR staff were on hand giving people a closer look at some of the 98 species of fish that live there. They were using electric pulses to stun fish, which causes them to come near the surface and be netted before being shown off to the people in attendance. Many of those people watching were children. Now, it is important to note the stunning doesn't hurt the fish and it does wear off over time. The 2022 Madison Area Parade of Homes is now officially underway. We got an inside look at some of those homes in the Savannah Brooks neighborhood over into Forest. So there are 30 homes on display, 10 homes located next to each other in 3 must-see neighborhoods, including this one into Forest, as well as in Waunakee and Windsor. There are 20 more located in those neighborhoods across the 608. The parade will be open every day through June 26th. Another pretty cool display happening at the Memorial Union Terrace, where some of the iconic terrace chairs have been painted purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Of course, it's in recognition of Pride Month. The last time these chairs made an appearance was back in June of 2019. The Union has also recently debuted a limited edition Pride-themed t-shirt, which is available for purchase. The Milwaukee Brewers celebrating its unique connection and history in the city with a new set of uniforms. The team unveiled its City Connect uniforms Friday morning, joining several other teams around the league. The jerseys include a return of the team's powder blue look from the Brewers' early years, complete with gold and white piping on the sleeves. The team's fan-given Brew Crew nickname appears across the front of the jersey, and the City Connect hat includes the MKE abbreviation for Milwaukee, alongside the city's 414 area code integrated into the lettering. Up next, the latest on gun legislation in Washington. Stick with us on News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Liza saves the day.
Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food. Thank you. Smells so good.
Oh. Mix and match a cheeseburger, McChicken, or 4-piece chicken McNuggets. Get any 2 for $3.
When pain says it's time to go home, I say, not yet. Aleve, who do you take it for?
And I walked right into US Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say?
He's insured. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At US Cellular, everyone can choose any phone free, new and current customers. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
There are moments in life, special moments, moments to share, moments to celebrate. Share the love. Celebrate the moment.
Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Everything's so expensive, it's stretching our family thin. It never used to be like this. It's tougher on us to make ends meet because America's too dependent on China, and Ron Johnson's making it worse. He voted against cracking down on China with tougher trade deals and voted for tax breaks to corporations shipping jobs overseas, and even refused to punish China when it manipulates its currency. And Ron Johnson even defended shipping American jobs overseas. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
Let the design team at Waunakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Right now, how Juneteenth is being recognized across our area this weekend.
And we're going to talk about our weekend forecast coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send over to Julian Searight for a look at your Saturday forecast. Julian, we've got Juneteenth, Father's Day. Please tell me it's going to be a good day to be outside.
Oh, it's going to be a great day to be outside and even on a boat. One of my dream activities I would love to do one of these days is to get out on the water here in Madison for our Great Lakes. And it's going to be good to do it today and even better to do it for tomorrow. So we're going to be a little bit warmer for tomorrow, which is definitely going to be a bit more adaptive for us to see in our water activities. But it's going to be partly sunny. We'll start to see a bit more cloud cover going into our Sunday, but the warmth of the 80-degree weather is going to be wonderful for us. Now, as we continue throughout the rest of this weekend, this high pressure is going to keep things pretty dry throughout much of the upper Midwest for us. But what we're watching for is going to be this warm front that's going to be moving into the Midwest and upper Midwest. And folks, we are looking at another heat wave on the way, which is why we have an alert day in the forecast for Tuesday. We're looking at temperatures to be forecasted around 94 degrees on the surface, but our heat indices will be into the triple digits once more. So we are going to be looking at some serious heat to be dealing with as we get into next week. That's one thing to keep in mind. But until then, enjoy the weather while we have it, because it's just going to be picture perfect throughout today and especially going into our Sunday. A bit milder to start. The 60s will be welcoming us as we wake up on our Sunday morning. But as we get to our Sunday evening, still not a whole lot of cloud cover. Plenty of sunshine, and those southerly winds are going to be carrying those 80s throughout southern Wisconsin, making for a beautiful day for us. That's going to do it for right now. Let's go ahead and toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right. Thanks, Julian.
Lift every voice and sing till...
Lift Every Voice and Sing being performed outside the state capitol yesterday as the Juneteenth flag was raised above the building for the third year in a row. During the ceremony, Governor Tony Evers acknowledging there's still more work to do when it comes to eliminating disparities for Black Wisconsinites.
These challenges we face have reminded us how delicate democracy is, how elusive justice can be, and that racism is a public health issue and a crisis that deserves our urgent attention and action.
The flag is temporarily taking the place of the Progress Pride flag for this weekend. It will fly until sunset tomorrow. And just down the road in Monona, a small Juneteenth ceremony, this one at the City Hall. City officials and community leaders also raising the Juneteenth flag. June 19th became a federal holiday last year after President Joe Biden signed it into law. Across the nation now, senators in Washington hope to have new gun legislation finished by the time they go on a 2-week break starting July 4th. But finalizing that deal is proving difficult as lawmakers try to hammer out the details. So at least 10 Republican senators will need to support the package to overcome an expected GOP filibuster. CBS's Skylar Henry explains.
Texas Senator John Cornyn was booed during a speech to his state's Republican convention on Friday.
He's a traitor!
Many in the crowd are upset about his involvement in gun control negotiations back in Washington.
They're coming for your ARs.
Cornyn, a lead negotiator for the GOP, said he has no intention of taking guns away from law-abiding Americans.
Democrats pushed for an assault weapons ban. I said no. They tried to get a new 3-week mandatory wait period for all gun purchases. I said no.
Earlier this week, the bipartisan group announced a tentative deal that includes investments in mental health and school safety and enhances background checks for gun buyers under 21.
We have an obligation to take real and meaningful action.
But senators are struggling to come to an agreement on other issues, like how to close the so-called boyfriend loophole. It keeps guns away from those convicted of domestic violence, but only if they've been married to or lived with the victim or have a child with them.
There are no excuses.
First Lady Jill Biden, a teacher for nearly 40 years, urged parents and teachers at the National PTA Convention to speak up.
So Congress did not act after Columbine, after Sandy Hook, after Parkland. Nothing changed.
The bill does not contain some reforms that have the president's support, like bans on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Back in Wisconsin, a familiar face making a trip to the Badger State yesterday. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in Mount Pleasant near Racine, meeting with hundreds of Case New Holland industrial workers who've been on strike for more than 45 days.
I know you guys have been on strike, what is it, for 46 days or something like that?
Approximately.
All right. And I know that the income that you're getting now is not a lot, and your families are under a lot of stress. But what you are doing is sending a message to working families all over this country, and that is that you are sick and tired of corporate greed, and you want to be treated with dignity and respect.
Workers there are striking over wages and health insurance costs. After a trip to Wisconsin, Senator Sanders is headed to meet other CNH workers in Iowa who are also on strike. Over to Minnesota now. Crews yesterday pulled the body of a construction worker from a collapsed trench in St. Paul. A second worker is feared dead after being buried alive along Mount Curve Boulevard in the Highland Park neighborhood Friday mid-afternoon. Adam Duxter has the latest on that hours-long recovery mission.
It's a scene the St. Paul Assistant Fire Chief says he and his crews never want to encounter.
When anything like this happens, we train for this every single day. We work to make sure that this type of thing, if it can be avoided, that it is avoided through our training efforts. And unfortunately, time was not on our side to make that difference today.
Just before 3 p.m., a third construction worker at an underground site at Mount Curve in Pinehurst called 911, saying 2 of the workers he was on the job with were trapped. Despite rescue crews making it to the scene in minutes, they say getting the trench safe enough for them to attempt a rescue couldn't happen quickly enough.
Due to the amount of time that elapsed with getting the trench safely secure so that we could have crews enter and not have any further collapse or injury or trauma to the responders, this unfortunately has moved to a recovery at this point.
Lion St. Fleur watched as dozens of first responders flooded the street near his home.
I thought, well, maybe is it a rescue or is it a shooting?
Friday night, he and others heartbroken for the families and loved ones of those 2 workers.
You know, the last thing we want is, as human beings when we work is to, at the end of the day, is to go to our families. I'm just very sad, very, very sad that, this happened. Again, my heart really goes out to those people.
Still ahead, how rising interest rates and a struggling stock market is impacting the once red-hot housing market. We'll be right back on News 3 Now this morning.
It's always time for Papa Murphy's. And now you can get any medium 2-topping pizza for just $6.99. Now that's meaty-yum. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Order online today at papamurphys.com.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Migraine hits hard, so you hit back with Ubrelvy. You level up. You won't take a timeout. 1 dose of Ubrelvy works fast. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
It's gorgeous, so we're going to go ahead and plan our day again. Going in throughout the rest of our morning, temperatures will be within the 60s. And then as we get into the afternoon, folks, it's going to be plenty of sunshine, and the middle 70s will be right behind it. But here's a look at our weekend forecast. So for today, it's going to be pretty pleasant. And then tomorrow, not too bad either. A little bit warmer. We'll rise into the lower 80s. But just note, for our Juneteenth and for our Father's Day, it's going to be pretty picture-perfect weather for us to celebrate both of those holidays. Now, as we take a look at our surface map, this is what we're going to be seeing for us over the next couple of days. A high pressure system is going to keep things relatively dry and quiet, but the low pressure that's off into the upper Midwest, or excuse me, up into the Mountain West, is going to continue to track its way across the United States, and that is going to be bringing us our next heat wave, which is why we have an alert day in the forecast for Tuesday. Unseasonably hot and humid temperatures are on the way, and we're also going to be keeping our eye on Monday as well, as we are forecasting around 92 degrees for our Monday on the surface, but the heat index, because of the humidity we're going to be seeing, could be pushing into close to the triple digits once again. But enjoy this weekend. It's going to be plenty of sunshine for today and tomorrow, even though some clouds will start to roll in. Not a lot of cloud cover is going to blanket our skies for tomorrow. We'll talk more about what else to expect coming up in a few moments. Till then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julie. To national news now. President Biden working to reassure Americans that a recession is not inevitable, even if soaring inflation and rising interest rates have consumers feeling battered. As Caitlin Collins reports, this comes as the White House swats down reports that it's considering an interesting solution for rising gas prices.
Higher prices are plaguing President Biden as he promises the nation he's working on bringing them down.
I'm using every lever available to me to bring down prices for the American people.
The White House only growing more concerned after mortgage rates surged over 0.5 percentage point this week amid rising inflation and a big interest rate hike from the Federal Reserve. Biden defending his record and highlighting how the U.S. is not the only nation battling inflation.
With Russia's war driving up inflation worldwide, threatening vulnerable countries with severe food shortages, we have to work together to mitigate the immediate fallout of this crisis.
But it may get worse before it gets better. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who was criticized by the Biden administration for saying inflation would rise, is now predicting a recession in the next 2 years.
We are likely to have a recession. I think we have overheated the economy and gotten some bad luck. And when the pendulum swings too far one way, it tends to swing back the other way.
Biden disagrees, telling the Associated Press a recession is not inevitable and declaring the U.S. is in a stronger position than any nation to overcome this inflation. Still, the White House is scrambling for solutions.
We understand the anxiety. The president understands the anxiety, is focused on what he can do to lower costs for families, to address the price of gasoline, although that is set on the world market.
Biden's economic team debated sending rebate cards to millions to help pay at gas stations, but one official told CNN today that option is unlikely due to the complicated logistics.
All options are on the table because he understands the pain that this is causing for families.
As the president's poll numbers on the economy have continued to slide, Biden telling the Associated Press that people are, quote, really down following 2 years of COVID, a volatile economy, and soaring gas prices. Biden saying, quote, they're really down. Their need for mental health in America has skyrocketed because people have seen everything upset.
Meanwhile, T-Mobile is offering some help to pay for gas this summer. The wireless carrier is taking 25 cents off a gallon for its customers at Shell stations. This will likely be attractive to many, as the current national average for gas is $5 even, according to AAA. And some more consumer news. Wisconsin is one of the only 3 states taking part in a trial run for a new Chipotle menu item. It's called Mexican cauliflower rice, and the fast food chain is testing it out right now at 60 restaurants in Wisconsin, Southern California, and Arizona. It's keto, vegan, vegetarian, paleo, and grain-free. If you use Snapchat, some changes could be coming to the app soon. The company may be adding a paid subscription service called Snapchat Plus, though the company hasn't confirmed any details about what features would be included or when the service would launch. This comes as the company tells investors they're expecting low profits this quarter, as Snap stock has dropped more than 85% from its all-time high. Growing worries about the economy are hitting stocks and the housing market hard. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell below 30,000 yesterday for the first time in 17 months. And with the Fed raising interest rates once again, average long-term mortgage rates saw their biggest one-week jump in 35 years. Chris Van Cleve shows us how it's affecting the once red-hot housing market.
Cheryl Leslie is house hunting in Fort Worth, Texas, hoping to move closer to her grandkids.
This is cute. So I'm looking now so that when the prices come down just a tad, I'll be able to know exactly what I need and what I want and where to go.
But as interest rates surge past 6%, hitting their highest point since 2008, an estimated 18 million households who would have qualified for a mortgage in January are essentially frozen out of the market, no longer eligible for that loan. And those who can still afford to buy, a typical new mortgage payment has spiked 52% over the last 6 months.
The market's going to change dramatically.
Mark Zandi is Moody Analytics chief economist.
We will see house price growth level off here, and we'll see some price declines in some of the more juiced up markets across the country, particularly. And in my mind, that's a correction when house prices start to go lower.
Mortgage applications are down more than 15% compared to 2021, dropping 5% in May alone. That's prompting nearly 1 in 5 sellers to drop their price. This week, realty company Redfin announced it would cut hundreds of jobs because of the slowing housing market.
There remains more demand than supply for homes, so you can't really call this a buyer's market just yet. But there are signs of cooling nationwide. Here in St. Louis, pending home sales in May were down nearly 10% compared to last May. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, St. Louis.
Still ahead, how high heat across the country is impacting animals. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking some alert days in your forecast just ahead on News 3 Now.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hey, this one's free. Car in front of you pay for it.
The best things in life are free.
This is the greatest day of my life.
Just wait till she hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation?
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest until 2024. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
Impress all your coworkers envy.
I bet she's on that Himalayan pepper cleanse.
How does she do it envy?
So what's going on with this?
That's because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look and feel better. For that, I still got it going on kind of a feeling.
Must be good genes.
Massage envy facials, where better begins.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, as we get things rolling for our holiday weekend, well, today's going to be gorgeous, and tomorrow, still pretty gorgeous for us. Now, as we take a look at what we're going to be expecting for today, just note, right now, 62 degrees for us here in Madison, and temperatures will rise into those middle 70s by the time we get into the afternoon. And we're going to stay there for pretty much the entirety of the day with plenty of sunshine as well. But since we have 2 holidays for tomorrow, well, here's what we're going to be looking at. For Juneteenth, it's going to be 81 degrees for us, mostly sunny and warm, and of course, it's going to be like that for Father's Day too. So in essence, the message here is definitely get outside and enjoy the day, whether it's for Juneteenth or for Father's Day or for both. It's going to be pretty gorgeous for us as we're going to see the warmer air rolling in by the time we get into our afternoon. And then for the evening hours, it's going to be perfect for grilling, getting out in a boat, or even going into some more other water activities like the pool. Now, planning out the rest of today, however, we're going to start to see plenty of sunshine as we get to the rest of the afternoon and evening hours. Some clouds will start to roll in for us, but overall, it's going to be a sunglasses type of day and definitely shorts and t-shirt weather. And we're going to see that because of this high pressure system is really settling into the upper Midwest, keeping things dry and quiet for us. Then on top of that, we are going to look and monitor this low system, which is going to be bringing in a warm front and a heat wave, which is going to be stirring things up and heating things up as we get into next week. So Tuesday, as of right now, we have an alert day for it. And that's because we're going to see those unseasonably hot and humid temperatures once again. On the surface, we're forecasting around 94 degrees, but with the humidity, could see that heat indices pushing into the triple digits once more. And Monday is going to be monitored as well because we will start to see similar heat going into our Monday, but not as much in terms of dew points. Now, as we take a look at today, as I mentioned, some of the clouds will start to roll in, but it's going to be quiet throughout the course of our Saturday, not looking at much of anything in terms of precipitation. Temperatures will rise a bit more as we get into our Sunday afternoon. We're going to see those 80s rolling in for us, but again, it's relatively quiet, and we're still going to see not a whole lot of cloud cover. And as we roll into our Monday, we're going to start off quite warm, and then we're going to get even warmer by the time we get into our Monday evening. We're going to see those low 90s throughout southern Wisconsin, and on top of it, that southwesterly flow is going to be really bringing in that heat for us, which is what we're going to be seeing once again with that heat wave, a heat dome throughout much of the United States. We're all going to be seeing quite some blistery warm air for us as we get into next week. It's going to be pretty brutal, so once again, make sure that you're prepared for some heat and you're staying hydrated and limiting your outdoor activities for us. So our 3 things we'll need to know, just to put a bow on our forecast. Well, it's going to be comfortably on Saturday, which is today. Then for tomorrow, we're still going to see warmer air, but it's going to be dry and sunny. And then next week, the 90s are back in our forecast for more than just once as well. Here's a look at what we're going to be seeing for us throughout the next 10 days. 90s for Monday, Tuesday. Then we'll top off at Tuesday on around 94 degrees, which is also the first day of summer for us. Then as we get into the rest of the week, not as warm for Wednesday and Thursday. Well, I guess not as hot because it's hot when it's 90.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And then for the rest of the week, not too bad either. It's relatively quiet still. We do have a couple chances of seeing some showers or thunderstorms, mainly into the later hours. But aside from that, it's a pretty straightforward forecast for us.
Quiet is good. Considering last week we had heat and storms, just heat, that'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as we're all staying safe.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great forecast to be able to
be weather aware.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Julian.
Yeah.
While we're finally getting a break from this week's severe heat, at least this weekend, over in Kansas, the heat wave is taking a heavy toll on livestock. Officials there say at least 2,000 cattle have died in recent days from that extreme weather, with some temperatures soaring higher than 100 degrees. Just a warning, some of the video you are about to see may be disturbing to some. Michael George has the story.
Graphic video posted on the internet shows hundreds of dead cattle. A feed yard consultant told CBS affiliate KWCH that the video was taken at a lot in southwest Kansas. He says many feed yards in the area have had cattle die from extreme heat.
Usually, these first weeks of June is when we really start to see these animals get hit with it.
Cattle industry officials say a brutal combination of soaring temperatures, high humidity, and little wind has been deadly.
what happened was the perfect storm is we had a rain event, actually several days of rain, created some high humidity in a typically very arid environment, followed by on Saturday we had some extreme temperatures that cattle were not acclimated to.
Many cattle had still not shed their winter coats when the heat wave struck. The sudden loss of so many cattle is an economic catastrophe for ranchers. Many were market-ready cattle, weighing well over 1,000 pounds. Forecasters say the worst may be over. Nighttime temperatures have been cooler, which allows the animals to recover. Michael George, CBS News.
Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, it's a good excuse to cast your line down the water today. The reason why when we're back in just a moment.
This summer, prime rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home. All right, we'll see you later.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor. I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work. We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Hy-Vee hot deals are super hot this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve whole beef brisket, only $2.99 a pound. Pork loin back ribs, only $3.99 a pound. Kellogg's giant size cereal, only $2.99 with coupon. Hy-Vee purified drinking water, get a 24-pack for only $1.98 with coupon. And the savings are hotter than hot on a 24-pack of Pepsi products, only $6.99 with coupon. Scan the QR code and check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 25th and 26th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 25th and 26th in Spring Green.
The traffic is horrible.
Great. Time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with prime rib at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
You can celebrate an unofficial holiday with Dad this Saturday before you celebrate Father's Day tomorrow. Juneteenth is National Go Fishing Day. The day encourages us all to take a break from the daily routine and relax by dropping a line in a nearby which of course we have across Madison. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, recreational fishing is more popular than ever before. It's partly due to the pandemic. The agency reports over 55 million people turned to fishing to deal with stress in 2020. That's the highest number in over a decade. Recreational fishing has also gotten more diverse, with more women, children, and minorities taking up the sport.
You know, it's funny because we did mention before that you were not a fan of sitting still.
Well, I think it's more so the waiting that I don't like. I don't mind
fishing,
waiting
specifically.
Yeah, like if I'm just doing an activity on the water that you're really not doing much and relaxing, that's fine. I think it's the waiting game that, you know, I want satisfaction, and if I'm going to leave, that's just part of fishing.
Instant gratification and satisfaction.
I am.
Yeah,
And
I got that.
I know part of fishing is you sometimes leave without a catch, and that I can't
deal with that.
No, I can't.
I feel like I'm the same way.
It is a very intense sport, and props to people who do it. It is very impressive.
Especially like the extreme fishing, like people who do like shark fishing and stuff.
That's
oh my
insane.
gosh.
That's scary. I don't like the ocean. I could never fish in there. Nope,
the ocean is a scary place.
It's a very scary place. I'll stick to lakes.
Facts. And that's a good thing that we are so far away from the ocean. Here's a look at what we're going to see for the next 10 days for us. Well, this weekend's going to be great, folks, but next week, expect that heat wave to roll its way in, and we have an alert day for Tuesday because of that heat and the humidity. So make sure you're staying hydrated and cool all next week, McKenna.
All right. Thanks, Julian.